wanted to show you today the difference between these two breast pumps that I have. For my first child, I had the Ameda Purely Yours. And then for my second child, for my insurance, I got the Spectra S2. So now that I have both of these here, I wanted to just kind of go through and show you guys the differences between the two and let you know which one worked best for me. So I've already plugged both of them in. You can see how they just plug in really easily. The thing I really like about the Ameda is that when I don't have the opportunity to plug it in, if I'm in the car, on the road, it has this nice little battery pack here that you can open, and it just takes 6 AA batteries. So that's a really nice feature about the Ameda. And then, as you can see on the Spectra, there is no place to put batteries in, so you kind of have to be plugged in for this one. But they do both have a car adapter, so that's really nice if you're in the car and need to pump. They both came with these nice little instruction manuals. This is for the Spectra, and then the Ameda is a little bit thicker. It has instructions in a few different languages, and it also came with a DVD that you can plug into your computer or watch on TV to kind of show you exactly what to do. But if you're still kind of not sure, it also came with this nice little card where you can call their parent care number, and I had a couple of questions and they answered them really quickly, and that was a big help there. So now I'll show you guys the size of each of the pumps. As you can see, the Spectra is kind of a rounder shape. It has this handle, which is nice, but I find it's just a little bit bulkier than the Ameda, so trying to put it down into your bag is a little bit more difficult. I kind of like the compact size of the Ameda better. And then, as you can see on the Ameda, there are 2 places to hold your bottles, which is really nice when you're trying to pump and you have space for that. And in the back of the Spectra, they have place for 1 bottle, but if you're pumping both sides, it's really nice to be able to keep both of your bottles and everything all together. Okay, so now we'll get to the most important part, which is actually turning them both on. So here's the Ameda, and you can see right here you have dials which are fully customizable for your speed and suction. So I'll just go ahead and turn it on so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. So that's on the highest suction and the speed on the lowest, and then you can also crank up the speed when you really need to pump, and that's what it sounds like there. And I like that you can totally choose what speed and suction works best for you, which is very nice. So that's turned off, and then next we'll go to the Spectra. So on the Spectra, you'll just press the power button here, and now it's on, and then you can choose your suction level over on this side with the plus and minus, and then you can choose your cycles per minute on this side with the plus and minus as well. One of the nice features about the Spectra is that once you do have your letdown and start pumping, you can press this massage button right here, and it will kind of slow things down. And it wasn't exactly the perfect fit for me, but it's a nice fit for a lot of moms to have that option. So I'll turn it down a little bit so you can hear me, but also on the Spectra, a nice feature is the night light button. If you're pumping in the middle of the night and it's dark and you don't really want to wake the baby fully up, you can press that, a little low light, and then you'll have your brighter light there. So far I think it's been a pretty even matchup between the Ameda and the Spectra, but for me, where the Ameda really stood out was the kit and bottles and everything that come with it. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate for you guys now. We're only going to use one for today, just for demonstration purposes. But if you would like to double pump, I'll show you right now with the Ameda. This is where you plug it in, and you have a little stopper right here that you plug in, and then you have your 1 tube, and you plug it back in. And then over here for the Spectra, it's on the front that you'll plug in your tubes, And there is also a similar little silicone that goes on top, but it's kind of hard to pull it off. It's nice that it's attached though, so then if you would like to double pump, you can, or then you can slide that back on just to single pump. One thing I kind of liked about the Ameda is the length of the tube was a little bit longer, as you can see here. So you can get a little bit farther away from your pump if you need to, if you have a crying baby or anything like that. And I did a lot of research before I chose both of these pumps, and one of the things that was most important to me was to have a closed pumping system, which thankfully both of these have a closed pumping system. And all that really means is that there's no way that any of your milk can get back into the tube and then go into your pump and really, mess up your pump and then mold and mildew and not be healthy for you or your baby at all. So both of these are a closed pumping system. So I'll now turn on the Ameda to show you what the closed pumping system looks like. So you can see right here that there's this silicone diaphragm which totally stops any milk from being able to get back into your tubes and then back into your pump. So when we come over here to the Spectra and turn it on, you can see this is their closed pumping system, and that's the diaphragm and how it works here. So it also makes sure that no milk gets back into the tube and then back into your breast pump. But I kind of find that when you have the bottle down in here, it's not really secure. It kind of moves around a lot and it's really easy to tip over. And I really like on the Ameda that your bottle is definitely secure down in there and there's no way that milk can spill out. Another thing that's nice about the Ameda is the sturdiness of the bottle. I mean, you really kind of have to turn it a few times to get the bottle out. So you make sure that your milk is secure and there's no spillage. And then on the Spectra, I actually, unfortunately, a few times lost a bit of milk because, as you can see, even if you close it very tightly, it's just kind of super flimsy and easy to come apart. And you never want that to happen because you do not want to waste any of your milk that you pumped. Okay, so last but not least, I'll very quickly just open both of them up, show you a little bit about how to clean them, which they're actually both very easy to clean. Since it's the closed system, you don't really ever have to worry about cleaning your tubes, which is very nice. So if you open up the Ameda, and as you can see on both bottles, they have measurements, so you know exactly how much you're pumping, which is nice. So this is the valve for the Ameda, where your breast milk will actually come through into the bottle. So for cleaning purposes, you will want to clean this part. You can just easily pull it off and clean out the valve here and pop it back on. And then just close up your bottle and put it back securely into the pump. So for the Spectra, you'll open up your bottle here, and their valve is actually a little bit different. It's kind of a hard plastic here. It's a little bit hard to pull off. And then this little white piece right here is actually the valve. So you'll kind of pull this up, and it's a really small piece, which kind of can easily get lost while you're washing, lots going on. So thankfully they each give you a few extra valves just in case. I would recommend keeping those on hand just in case any of them get lost in the process. So then you'll just pop that back in there and then reattach it here. Well, when there's a little bit more milk in here, it's a little more sturdy, but I guess it's top heavy right now without the milk. So the last option that I like about both of these pumps that I've used is that you have the option to order reducing inserts or larger flange sizes, which you can find on Amazon or any baby website and in some baby stores as well, so you can find the perfect fit for you. So I think I've kind of covered all of the features of both. We talked about, the size, the noise level, the closed systems, how everything works, And for me personally, after using both pumps with 2 different babies, I just really like the Ameda Purely Yours. I think it's just a nice compact size. It's really easy to pack when we're going on vacations. One of my favorite features, as I showed you in the beginning, is the battery pack here, so I don't have to be plugged in all the time. You know, if you're going to work, it's a great thing you can bring with you and really pump anywhere you go. I really like that there are 2 bottle holders here. If you're double pumping, it's great. And it's really secure, and you can tell the bottle is really sturdy. And then when you put it down in here, you know it won't fall out. And with the Spectra, I've actually lost a little bit of milk before, and I've never had that issue with the Ameda. It's very comfortable while you're pumping, and I actually think I kind of pumped a little bit more with the Ameda than with the Spectra. So for me, I think the Ameda Purely Yours was definitely the best choice. I hope this helped you guys if you're out there looking, and good luck with your breastfeeding.